welcome students to the course Computer Graphics and Multimedia. So the subject code is CAPOL, so 208. So I am SENTHIL, so going to handle this computer graphics and multimedia subject for you people. So straight away I am going to start with unit number 2. So unit 1, so another purpose I will handle. So in unit 2, so we are going to see about the input devices. So we are using it in the computer system, computer graphics, and the output devices we are using it in the computer system. So keyboard has alphabetic as well as numeric keys. So some special keys are also available. So we'll see so one by one. So these are the special keys available in the keyboard. So numerical keys, that is zeros, ones, twos, up to 9. So these combinations we will use it. So in the keyboard to enter the details such as our age, so our mobile numbers. So that kind of information, if we want to enter, we will use these numerical keys. The next thing is alphabetic keys. So A to Z, uppercase A to Z. So these keys we will use to enter the informations, for example our name, our street address, so some other information if you want to enter. It's a combination of alphabetic, so you can use these alphabetic keys. So special control keys are also available to do certain functionalities, for example like control keys, shift keys, so alt keys. So this will be used to do certain tasks, like if you want to use certain symbols which exist in the numerical key itself. Above numerical key, certain keys are available. If you want to use those keys, so we have to use a shift key and that combination, because so a lot of combinations are there to enter the information. So for that unique individual key, so we can't assign. So if you assign like that, so keyboard will be very bigger, so you want. So for that only the shortcut keys they introduced it, and special symbol keys are also available like @ symbol, question marks. So these keys we will use actually while entering our mail IDs and all @ symbols we use. Then cursor control keys. Cursor control keys like up arrow, down arrow. Suppose if we want to navigate in a document, so up and down, we can use this arrow keys to navigate across the documents to read the informations. So next one is the function keys. So function keys are special keys which is used in the keyboards. So it will work, it will do some particular task. For example, if you press F5 key, it will refresh the screen. So F8 key, it will increase the screen brightness. So F6 key, it will cut certain informations. Like that, a lot of shortcut keys are available in the modern keyboards, so which is used to perform this particular operations. Next is the numerical keyboards, that is which is available in the right hand side of the keyboard, so which is used for fast entry of the numerical data. And for specialized tasks, so input to a graphics application may come from a set of pattern, dials, switches that select the data values, or customized graphics operation and switches, so are often used to input the predefined functions. And dials are common devices for entering scalar values. So numerical values within some defined range are selected for input with dial rotations. A potentiometer is used to measure the dial rotations, which is then converted to the corresponding numerical values. So like that only, so the keyboards keys it's working. So once you pressed it, so it is converted to electronic signal. Then so which key you pressed it, so it will choose it and will just to process it, it will feed it into the processor. So like that only, so it's working and the data was filled in the particular application. So type of keyboards. So there are different types of keyboards are available, and most commonly used keyboard type is ergonomic keyboard. Then, so nowadays we are using wireless keyboards. So what is ergonomic keyboard, and the keyboard picture I will show you. You can see that. So ergonomic keyboard, the artifact of this keyboard is slightly broader in size and different in shape when compared with the normal keyboard, because a lot of options are available in this keyboard. That's why the size will vary. So in this keyboard, certain space will be existing between the two set of keys, and the countered shape of this keyboard allow the users to place their hands in their natural position to type the information. So the rest of the keyboards, that facility is not available. So for them it's very difficult to type certain informations, because this spaciousness is not exist in those keyboards. So these keyboards are mostly used by the people who often work with the keyboard, as their usage is easier and is less stressful for the wrist. So that is also very important. The following figures in the next slide, I am going to show you the ergonomic keyboard. So it's a set of keys combinations with gaps in between. I will show you. So this is the ergonomic keyboard. So in the top, actually, yes, here I will show you. So here in the top row we are having all the functional keys. So here we are having the numerical keys, and here this section we are having the alphabetical keys, and these are the arrow keys, and these are the functional keys I showed, control keys, special keys. So this is the ergonomic keyboard. So here you can keep your wrist here, so freely you can operate this keyboard. You can enter the information into any form, any applications. So next type of keyboard is the wireless keyboards. This wireless keyboard, so there is no wired connectivity between that. Instead of that, we will keep a dongle over there. So using that, so it will work. The wireless keyboard name itself holds the meaning that this keyboard can be operated without addressing a wired connection to the processor. The wireless keyboards are also referred as cordless keyboards. So these keyboards require some batteries to provide electricity, which usually delivered through USB cable. So power is taken from there, or AAA batteries are widely used, standard batteries for wireless keyboards. Apple Macs are known to revolutionize the wireless keyboard by making them thinner than the wired ones. So it's so much compact in size, very thin in size. Easily we can handle that keyboard. So its portability was there. So these keyboards usually work at 2.4 GHz frequency and come with a dongle that connects and makes them communicate with the computer system. So this is a sample for the wireless keyboards. So there is no connectivity wire is there to the processor. So through the dongle, so it will work. Signal will be transferred to that, so it's working. So this is the working of a keyboard. So key is pressed on the keyboard. Once you press any key, so keyboard controller is there. The keyboard's controller send the scan code for the key to the keyboard buffer. For example, suppose you pressed a key called K, so alphabetical letter or a numerical value 6, or some functional keys or some control keys. So its code, it will be sensed by the keyboard controller and it transformed to the keyboard buffer. So keyboard buffer, what it will do, it will make an interrupt request to the system software. System software, it responds to the interrupt by reading the scan code from the keyboard buffer and it will send the input to the CPU. So likewise only, so it's recognized. So what type of key is pressed by the user. And next thing is the advantage of using the keyboards as input devices. You may chat with other players while playing games. We can use the keyboard, yes, for controlling a car. So, or games like fighting games, we can use the keyboard to chat with other online players. Relatedly, some games require keyboards to play. We may enter information into the database. So while making entry into the form, we can use this device keyboard. So homework, schoolwork can be done neatly using the keyboard, and for the keyboard, some tool software is required where we can type all the informations with the help of this keyboard. That software is Microsoft Word and Notepads, for example. The use of keyboards can enable shortcuts with some programs. Any information that needs to be entered into a computer network can be added usually with the keyboard easily. So the disadvantage of keyboards we'll see now. So modern keyboards, specifically the wireless keyboards, are costlier yes, if not wireless, keyboards can add another wire to a bulk of other wires, making any workspace messy, confused. If wireless, there may be very slight interference on some rare frequency channels. So multiple wireless keyboards may cross paths if settings are not set up correctly, resulting as a tune confused user. So next we'll move to another input device called mouse. It's very easy to use when compared to the keyboard, but here informations we can type it using the mouse. So instead of that, we can choose some options to perform using this mouse. So mouse is a pointing device and which is used to position the pointer on the screen. It is a small palm-sized box kind of thing we are having. There are 2 or 3 depression switches on top of the mouse. One is to select the options: left click, right click. So middle we are having the tracking ball. So we can move using that our positions in XY axis in the screen. The movement of the mouse along X axis helps in the horizontal movement of the cursor, and the movement along the Y axis helps in the vertical movement of the cursor on the screen. The mouse cannot be used to enter text, therefore they are used in conjunction with the keyboard. So before going into the actual mouse types, so I'll give you a few more information about the mouse here. So additional features can be included in the basic mouse design to increase the number of allowable input parameters. The Z mouse is there, has 3 buttons, a thumb wheel on the side, a trackball on top, and the standard mouse ball underneath. This contains these things. So this design provides 6 degrees of freedom to select spatial positions, rotations, and other parameters. With the Z mouse, we can select an object display on a video monitor. We can rotate it and we can move it in any direction. We could also use the Z mouse to navigate our viewing positions and orientations through a 3-dimensional scenes applications of the Z mouse, including vertical reality, CAD application animations. So here also, in this presentation I am using a mouse over here. You can see this. So this will be used to pointing out where which point actually I am explaining. So mouse types: mechanical mouse, optical mouse. To show that which part I am explaining, I am using the mouse. How it's working? So based on X, Y axis it's working. So based on the optical light or laser light it will work. So I am using optical mouse. Previously we are having mechanical mouse. We will see one by one. So how it's working. This is a sample of a mechanical mouse where we are having the mouse buttons, left click, right click, certain actions it will do. This is the mouse ball. This is the wheel button. So based on that, we will scroll down the what applications in the web pages. So this mouse ball is which is used to move the mouse pointer XY directions. A rubber or metal ball is on its underside we are using for this movement. When the ball rolls in certain directions, electronic circuits in the mouse translate the movement into a signal the computer can understand. And a mouse pad which is used here, which provides better traction and protects the ball from buildup of dust and dirt. A flat surface is required here to operate this mouse. So next thing is the optical mouse. So optical mouse, so these devices they use the light source to detect the mouse movements. So some uses optical sensors and some other uses the lasers. So more precise than a mechanical mouse and does not require any cleaning. So slightly more expensive when compared to the normal mechanical mouse. So advantage and disadvantages of mouse. So it can be installed without any installation softwares. But keyboard, yes, we required some software drivers. So then only so it will work. But nowadays we are using USB mouse and keyboards. So for that, that requirement is not needed. So straight away we can connect the system, so we can use it. And mouse scrolling is actually interchangeable. The problem in the mouse is it needs a flat surface, otherwise it won't function so properly. So that is the disadvantage of mouse. Now we will move to the third input device called trackball. So it is a pointing device like our mouse. This is mainly used in laptops or in notebooks. So instead of a mouse externally, we are using the mouse. So internally we will keep it in some system or separately. So we have to connect this trackball to the system. So this is a ball kind of thing. So you can see the figure, which is half inserted, and by changing the fingers on the ball, the pointer can be moved. How we done it in the mouse. So this ball we have to move it, and the buttons and all is given over here. You can press it, so certain functionality will do it. So the advantage of trackball is compact in size, and trackball is stationary, so it does not require much space to use it. But mouse is not like that, so we want enough space to move the mouse directions. So next thing is the digitizer. So actually, a common device, the digitizer is an operator input device which contains a large smooth board that appears similar to the mechanical drawing board, and an electronic tracking device which can be changed over the surface to follow existing lines. The electronic tracking device contains a switch for the user to record the desired XY coordinate positions. The coordinates can be entered into the computer memory and offline storage mediums such as magnetic tape. So this is the sample digitizer. So digitizer, how it will work, I will tell you. So one type of digitizer is the graphics tablet, which is used to input two-dimensional coordinates by activating a hand cursor, or a stylus is used at selected positions on a flat surface. A hand cursor contains crosshairs for sighting positions, while a stylus is a pencil-shaped device that is pointed at positions here, this kind of thing, on the tablet. So this will be used in desktop systems as well as floor model tablets using hand cursors that are available with 2, 4 or 16 buttons. And the size is table and size varies from 12 to 12 by 12 inches for desktop models to 44 by 16 inches. And many graphic tablets are constructed with rectangular grid of wires embedded in the tablet surface. So electromagnetic pulses are generated in sequence along the wires, and electronic signal is induced in a wire coil in an activated hand cursor to record a tablet position. So depending on the technology, signal strength, so coded pulse or phase shifts can be used to determine the position on the tablet. So three-dimensional digitizers uses electromagnetic transmissions to record the positions. So an electromagnetic transmission method is similar to that employed in the data cloud. So another kind of input devices, a coupling between the transmitter and the receiver is used to compute the location of the stylus as it moves over an object surface. So the advantage and disadvantage of the digitizer is advantage: drawing can be easily done, can easily be changed. It provides the capability of interactive graphics. The problem, the disadvantage of digitizer is costly at once, so everybody they can't afford it. Suitable only for certain applications that require high resolutions of graphics. And finally we come to touch panels. So nowadays we are using touch panels only. Yes, touch panel is a type of display screen, input device that has a touch sensitive transparent panel covering the screen. So a touch screen registers input when a finger or other object comes in contact with the screen. So we are having smartphone nowadays we are using. Yes, we touch it based on the electromagnetic signal. So it will sense it, so which key, which functions he pressed it, so based on that, the task was accomplished. When the wave signals are interrupted by some contact with the screen, that location is recorded. Touch screens have long been used in multi applications nowadays. So everywhere, everybody is having smartphones, we are using the touch panels. So this is the sample touch panels. So to see the floor gate, suppose you went to a mall, shopping mall. So many floors are there. If you want to navigate, so what are the shops over there? So touch panels are kept in a particular pivotal point. So you can use the touch panels. You can see what are the shops are available in a particular shopping malls. So how it's working? So working of touch panels. So if you make any impression in the touch screen, maybe even your mobile phone you can take. The background electrostatic field is there, so caused by that touch it will observe it, and continuous scanning was done of the capacitive signals was observed and will be fed to the controller. It will resource the capacitive changes to actual touch points. So based on that functionality will start working. So like that only this touch panel is working. And what is the advantage and disadvantage of the touch panels? So touch panels nowadays everybody is using. So the main advantage of touch panel is it enables people to use without any training. We can use this. So for other devices we required a special training. So keyboard, how to use the shortcut keys, so trackball. So once you start using that, then only you get familiarized. So mouse also some problem was there. Digitizer also some training was required. But for touch panels, no training is required. This technology is simple and user friendly. This is becoming more popular because of its easy use. So because of its reliability, extended functionality and decreasing cost. Touch screens virtually eliminates operator errors because users selecting from clearly defined menu. So touch screen provides fast access to any and all type of digital media. So it ensures that no space is wasted as the input device is completely integrated into the monitor. Touchscreen provided sufficient security. So text can be displayed on variety of languages depending on the user needs. Touchscreen interface can be updated with simple software changes. The main problem of the touch panels is although user-friendly, touchscreen cannot be used to enter large amount of information. This technology has not found in real-world applications because system designers have not carefully considered how the system will function. So another failure of this industry has been not getting fast enough processing behind the buttons. Touchscreen system will cost about 2 to 3 times of the amount of the existing keyboard display. Touchscreen and monitors together are expensive, ranging from 2.5 times the price of a standard modern computers. So these are the topics today we saw, that is, so input devices, keyboards we saw, advantages, disadvantages, its cost. Mouse we saw, through keyboard only we can enter the information, but using mouse we can do certain actions. And similarly, trackball also we can do certain actions. If we want to enter any information, definitely we have to go for keyboards. So digitizer, using the digitizer pens, we can write it on that. So it will do some actions also. And finally, touch panels nowadays in all the modern systems, yes, we are using it. So that's all about for the today's session. So next sessions we'll see about the output devices like printers, plotters, and all, etc. So thank you, students.